Okay, Previn, this is going to be a walkthrough of how to edit the things that you've asked me to show on the Montgomery website. First and foremost was the events. So these events, you can see in this dashboard area that there is an item on this left-hand menu that says events. We are no longer using that. When you moved over to this new theme, you wanted to simplify the whole events process, and so we weren't going to use this events area anymore. We are just going to link one page to these pages. So if I go back to the main site and I hover over events, we have these four options: host, open house, retreats, which are all the youth retreats, and could be parent retreats or whatever you also put on, and then SAM retreats, SAM events. So if I click on retreats, this is the landing page that we decided all of the links we're going to be on. So to add a new retreat, first and foremost, you're going to go into edit this post. Excuse me, sorry about that. Let me just see if I can hide that. It's okay. So you're going to edit this retreats post. You can see if I hover over this girls retreat, it's a link because this insert edit link is highlighted. And this is linked to the girls retreat page that is connected to the events section that we were just in on that menu. So girls retreat, if I type that in, girls retreat is the page. So that's how it's linked right there. If I wanted to create a new link for the middle school retreat, I could put middle school retreat 2017, click for more information. I could go here, I could type in middle school retreat. I'm going to update that. I'm going to preview these changes. I'm not going to update this page, but I'm just going to preview it so we can see it. And now you see that there's a middle school retreat right there. So if I click on that link to follow it, you'll see that's going to take me to the events middle school retreat. And again, it only says events right here. If I go and edit this page, this middle school retreat lives in this pages section. And the reason why it says events is it's connected to the events page, montgomerycenter.org/events. And so if you assign it to a parent, which is this events, then it will always have the parents area right there, the parents page right there. So that's why it says events. You're not going to search for it in this events area. And you can edit information here all that you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that page. One thing that you could do if you were interested in doing this, you could add the image for the middle school retreat if you wanted to jazz it up a little bit. Let's see if I can quickly find that. It was that charge right there. I'm going to add this media file. I'm going to align it to the left side. I don't want it to link to anything. Actually, I'm going to link it to nothing right now. And I want to set it to be the medium size. So let me insert that into the post. You see it pops up right there. Then let's just go ahead and put this down underneath it. And I can actually link this now to the middle school retreat. Add link. I'm going to preview this page. It might not look all that great because I'm doing this super quick, but you can spend time aligning all the images and everything else that you'd like. So there it is, middle school retreat. There's the charge. And if I were to click on that, you can see down at the bottom of my screen right down here, it says it's going to link to that middle school retreat. So that's how I would add one. How I would add an event to that page. So let's see, I'm betting that you also have a high school retreat area. Yep, so there's the high school, not event. You want the high school retreat page. And any other retreats, you'll probably have a page already for those, so you can just link those right in and edit those pages that already exist. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this post without saving anything. So leave, and that way when you come back, I will have messed nothing up. The next one that you wanted to know about was making the sliders for the front page. So here on the front page, you're talking about these four sliders that slide across. Let's take the first one for example, camp. Summer at Montgomery, oh geez, let's go back to it. Summer at Montgomery will change, and this beautiful picture of campers right here. So how you set that is you go to Appearance, you go to Theme Options, and you go to Slider Settings. Your theme supports 4 sliders at a time, no more, no less. Well, I guess you can do less, but no more than 4 sliders. And you set those by the pages, the posts that you have created. So if we go to the posts area, I'm going to go ahead and close that retreats. So if we go to the posts, we don't have a lot, but we've got that camp post. So if I go into that camp post, you can see that we have a couple things. It says camp right there, which matches up with that camp right there. It says a summer at Montgomery will change your child's life. A summer at Montgomery will change your child's life. And you can see that this image, the featured image, is the background for this post right here, or this slider. And that's all because I've set it as the first slider, camp. Same thing for retreats, host an event, and family fun day. That it pulls all of that information from this area. That's the title of the slide, that's the text of the slide, and this is the image for the slider. And that is the simple way that your theme takes care of what 4 images and what 4 text areas should be on the slider. It's kind of tricky when it comes towards retreats or something else, because as you can see from this one, you've got some information spilling over. So you want to make sure that you're connecting to a page. Even if it's not the real retreats page, you're creating a page where it has the title, the information, and the call to action, so a button or whatever you want to put on this slider and on that page, and nothing more. It can link to a different page that has a lot more information for retreats, but you want to make sure that this is the best presentation of what you want. If that didn't make sense, let me know and we can talk through it a little bit more. But in that theme options area is where you're going to set those sliders. It gives you some more settings that you can mess with, but you don't have to do that at all. While we're talking about the front page and your theme, your last question was how to create links for featured posts. Not quite sure what you mean by that, except for down here, the We Are Montgomery area, retreats, host an event, camp, and support Montgomery. And that's all set up in the home page setup page. Again, we're on appearances, theme options, and we're at home page setups. So there's the title, We Are Montgomery, which shows up right there. This one is, you can add some text if you want to it. And here's the 4 posts that it's tied to. So again, it's tied to this camp post. So if we look at number 3, it's camp, a summer at Montgomery will change your child's life, yada, yada, yada. And there is that featured image. A summer at Montgomery will change your child's life. There's the featured image, and it's called camp. And it's called camp. And so this read more is just going to take them, I'll open it up in a new tab, it's going to take them to the camp area. A summer at Montgomery will change your child's life. If you want that to take them to somewhere different, you've got to create a different create a different post and link it to that post. But there's no way to add a button right here that takes them to the summer camp page. To take them to the summer camp page, you're going to do exactly what you've done right here. And that is in the call to actions area, the call to actions post, which is set as a retreats, conferences, and camps. And if we go to that post, let's go, all posts. We're going to go to the retreats, conferences, and camps post. There we go. We will see that it says all that same information. So retreats, conferences, and camps, retreats, conferences, and camps. This is the place for you. Welcome to Montgomery Center. And then we've got 2 buttons that show up right there. So that is your home page and how to change each of those sections. If you have any questions, please let me know. Last but certainly not least, you asked about creating a new form. So I'm going to get out of here. And so all of your forms live under this forms area. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for putting it in a post. So don't worry about that. So that leave a reply form is already on a lot of pages and it lives right here. We want to create a brand new one. We're going to put it as Cal's test form. And you can go back and change that form title if you want to end up using this form as the form that you use. And this is where you build the form out. So this is a text box that you write in. This is a text area that you write in. Email addresses, this is all pretty self-explanatory. So you just build the form. So the first and foremost, we're going to add a new text field. We're going to go to settings. We're going to change it to your camper's name. We want to require them to do it. And this error message, so if there is something wrong with this, like they don't fill it in, you can say, please fill in your camper's name. And we can placeholder your camper's name here. Don't worry about max or min characters. They're set. Those are just suggested defaults, but we don't need defaults on that. We don't have to worry about any of the other things right there. You might also think about adding other text fields like what is your name? What is your camper's counselor? What cabin are they in? And again, you can require or not require them. You might require them to fill in, clicking on settings, either your counselor's name or cabin, and making sure that that's required. So it just makes it more simple for you to find where that goes whenever people are delivering mail. Because I remember delivering mail is very annoying. We can put in the text field that says message to your camper. And you can say write your message to your camper here. Again, you can make that required because obviously you want them to write a message. We don't have to fill in or worry about any of that other information. Last but not least, we want to make a button that they click to submit this form. You can say send email to your camper. However you want to put it. We don't need to show a reset button or anything. So now we just want to save that form. The page will reload. It will say, wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because that's annoying. And I wish I could dismiss this plugin, this notice as well. Perfect. So the form updated successfully. We also want to then go to email settings. And whenever they click on that final submit button, this is the email that form will get sent to. So you can set it to info@Montgomery Center. You can send it to campermail@Montgomery Center. You can send it wherever you want. I'm going to right now send it to you at montgomerycenter.org. The from email doesn't really matter, but you can just send it from website@montgomerycenter.org. The from name can be camper mail, and the subject can be camper mail. So I'm going to save the form. Now how you put this in a page is this little short code right here. This UFBL form ID 3. If I copy that, if I highlight it and copy it, I can go into any post or page. So I created a very quick page. Where did I create that? Just for kicks and giggles. I think I actually created it as a page. You can create it as a post or a page. So if you wanted to create it as a post, and then you could put it as one of these 4 sliders or one of these 4 highlighted areas down here, but you would need to make it as a post. If you wanted to make it as a page where we could link to it in one of the menu items, you would want to put it in the pages area. So I think I created one called search, called Cal. If I did, and I can't find it, so I'm just going to create a new one really quick. So it's right here, and I'm going to type in camper mail form. And I'm just going to paste that short code that I copied earlier, UFBL form ID 3. Don't need anything else in there. And if I go in and preview this page, you'll see a very beautiful form come up. So your camper's name here, that's your cabin, that's the message that you want to write to your camper. And if I try to click this without sending, it'll say, oh, I need to fill in your camper's name. Oh, and this field's required. So I would need to put somebody's name in here, and I would need to write a message, and then I could send an email to your camper, which would actually just go to whatever email. I've set it to Previn. You would set it to camper mail or whatever email address that you would like it to go to. I'm going to save this page as a draft, so therefore you can go and see it and edit it and use it if you'd like to. That form has been saved, so you can go into this forms area and you can see it and edit and use it and modify it all that you would like. And that pretty much wraps up what you have asked me to show you. I feel like we've had some good explaining today, and I feel like I've given you a ton of things to think about. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But I hope that this video was helpful. Okay, Previn, thanks.